One of my favorite things about being on the track is it's one of the few moments in life when you can actually totally concentrate. You know, you have to be 100% focused.
You do. Oh, he passed another one. Oh, he's cooking now. Nice. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on our Sunday Coffee with Conti. My name is Rick Conti, an exclusive Corvette specialist, 29 years and counting. And oh no, we're not done yet. And if you can't tell on this channel, I have so much fun promoting and selling this car, owning this car, and sharing all those experiences on this channel. It really means a lot. So thank you again for taking time out of your day or evening to share in what we're going to talk about today, which is going to be a lot. Real quick, before I tell you what I did right and a lot of what I did wrong at Pitt Race. But remember, today is the very last day. We just talked about this the other day on the channel, and I showed you who won the contest last year. It could be you this year. Last day to enter to win that Z06 Corvette with the Z07 package. It's a convertible, front lift, carbon fiber wheels, and $25,000 in cash. And because you follow me here on the channel, thank you for doing that. Click the link in the comments. Make sure you got code RCC40 at checkout. You get 40% additional entries. Today's the last day to enter. They're doing the drawing August 17th, and I hope it is you that wins. At the end of today's show, I'm going to remind you about a couple of shows that we're going to be at. Looking forward to meeting you guys in person, but I want to remind you about this because it's kind of closing in and I haven't really put enough emphasis on it. I'm going to be at the National Caravan for the Corvette Museum. It's their 30th anniversary. We'll be at the NCM Motorsports Park with all those vendors, and on Thursday, I'm going to be speaking from 10:30 till 11:30. I've got some notes from you guys already, but what do you want me to talk about for that hour? We're going to do some giveaways on stage. We're going to do a little Q&A, and I'm going to have some stories to tell, but really I want to focus on what you want me to talk about. And as I said at the beginning of today's show, I've been doing this 29 plus years, and I'm not done yet. I do have a lot of stories, but you're seeing that a lot of the focus right now, especially even the people that have been involved in Corvette for a long time, their focus is on current market. So what do you want to talk about? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks, guys. Thanks again for joining us today, everyone. It's our Sunday Coffee with Conti. Whatever you're kicking back, enjoying, thank you for being with us. It gives me an opportunity to share the great pride I have for this car, the respect I have for the customers, and now stepping up my hobby to levels I never thought I would do. If you've been with me for any length of time, you know 3 years ago when I got my first ever Corvette, I said right on camera, sitting down by the park, I had no desire ever to track my car. That's why I got a non-Z51. And my son was right. He says, Dad, you got the wrong car. Once I did Ron Fellows for the 4th or 5th time, I looked at my kid. I said, you know, we can do that, you know, the autocross stuff. And then I wanted to go a little bit further and go on track, and I'm having so much fun. I'm learning a lot. I'm also making mistakes, all of which we share with you right here on the channel, and thank you for sharing in that experience with me. Today, we went to Pitt Race. First time we've been back there in 2 years. Here's what I did right before I got on track. I had the high temp brake fluid in. I installed the rear brake ducts at the track for extra cooling on the rear brakes. I got the gyro disc rotors and the Carbotech brake pads, thank you Paragon Performance, and they were fantastic. The gyro discs, those rotors, they performed a lot better than the factory Z51 pads. As you know, I warped those one time driving at NCM last October, so I said, okay, no more of this. We got rid of them. I don't have track alignment. I need it. I want it. We're going to get it. We don't have it yet. Thank you, Chuck. Yeah, I know I'm real brave. I throw the bitch slap when he's not here to bitch slap me back, but we'll talk about that in future uploads. other things involved when you're going on track to this magnitude. It's not parking lot autocross stuff, and I think that's a great place to start. When you're on high-speed track, you're in your car, make sure, well, of course, you've got to pay the track entrance fee. Make sure, though, you get track insurance, guys, okay? Your regular insurance does not cover you out there. Usually, in most cases, depending on the company, it's going to be about 10% of the value of your car in the event something happens, and that's what we don't want to happen. But in case something happens, because it's not sometimes you, it's the other guy. And other expenses, of course, gas. We used a full tank of gas on the track for just 3 driving sessions. So call it what you will, it is pay to play. And no matter what we did right, what we did wrong, we're out there and we're having fun. Thanks for joining us on today's Coffee with Conti. What I did wrong, well, that's coming up. Okay, Ryan is going to get a chance to drive the session that he missed because of the accident. And then I'm going to drive my last session with a different group. Thanks again for joining us on today's Coffee with Conti. My name is Rick Conti, a national Corvette sales specialist for Coughlin Chevrolet in Pataskala, Ohio. 29 years and counting. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your future business opportunities. And thank you for so many out there watching right now for your continued business. Time and time again, no matter what state you're in, it's awesome and it's an honor to deal with you guys. Okay, what did I do wrong? There's a lot of moving parts when you get to the track. I told you earlier we had to put the brake ducts on. We had to switch tires, and of course, a small distraction, my fault, because I'm pulling a trailer with my Corvette, and people are coming up and like, hey man, did you? Yeah, I pulled that, but I'm like, hurry up, and thank you, Randy from Corvette Cleveland, Ryan, we're putting everything together, and we get in and we switch our modes out. Now, the tires were inside the trailer. I knew I needed, and I think even at one point you're gonna hear it if we haven't shared it already, I say to myself, we need to check the air in those tires. I never did. I got out there because I switched over to track mode. I'm into PTM modes. I no longer had the tire pressure displayed in the lower left-hand side of my dash. I wasn't even thinking, it's out of sight, out of mind. I wasn't even thinking about that. I needed to be thinking about that because I felt it on track. I felt like I damn near was driving on balloons. And I should have noticed, because the windows are down and I'm hearing the tire. These are brand new Toyo tires I'm on. First time ever on track on these particular tires. And I'm hearing the tires really kind of barking at me. And I'm like, why do they sound like that? Because I wasn't making good contact. I had no control of this car. I was driving on balloons, man. And it's totally screwed up my head. I lost all my concentration. I lost all my confidence. And I got to one point that you're going to see here in a minute, and we're going to talk about it when I share and I narrate over the PDR, that I to the point where my head was not in it, and I'm looking and not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, turning the wheel, all this. I just took myself off track. You need to know your limitations. You need to be safe. You don't need to prove anything to anybody out there. You don't need to worry about beating this guy, that guy. It's you and the track and your car, man. That's it. Focus on that. And I wasn't, and I knew, okay, if I go around one more time, I'm going to wreck this car. I got to figure out what the hell's going on. I got off track. Everybody's, what's going on? And we looked at I had 38 pounds of air in the tires. Here's another thing that I learned. One of the guys said, hey, what are you doing? Because he saw me coming early. I said, well, I didn't feel right, and lo and behold, we found out there's too much air in the tires. That's why, besides the track conditions, as we're going to talk about in today's show, we're all over the place. So it was me, but it wasn't me, but it was a lot of me. He says, well, be careful when you let the air out of the tires. Here's what I learned. He goes, be careful when you let hot air out of the tires, because once the car settles down, it's going to lose even more air. And it did. So we took it from 38 to 28, waited 20, 30 minutes before we went back out, and then they were at 23. So I go, oh no, we had to add air. And then we had the guy next to us, he had an air compressor, thank you. And I'm like, I need one of those. Also, another thing I learned, I didn't have that. Got on Amazon, it's like, hey, I'll have that tomorrow. There's the car. Looks a little different. Yeah, usually I have the silver tires on there for track days. Thank you, Bob, for the rims. What a nice gift. And I put my new Toyo Triple R8s on there, so I am ready to go for today. A lot of people coming up. Of course, a lot of people coming up. They're like, did you drive here with the Corvette and that? Yes, I did. And what's really cool right here, this picture is from Pitt Race. We've got some people that watch us on the channel. Some of my customers are here. You watch us? Yep. Thank you for that. Thanks for being here. Congratulations on your Rapid Blue car.
Thank you.
You suck. You know I want one of those so bad. And Jeff is here, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Rick. And I want to say, hey, thank you for getting me that early order on that ZR1. You were the man. I didn't know I was your favorite customer.
Okay, now, if my phone's not ringing enough already. Hey, what? I thought you said you weren't taking any. What did that guy say? He said nothing. All right, we're going to cut that part out. Pitt Race, baby. If you could tell already, my voice is just a couple of octaves higher because I'm really that enthusiastic about being here, driving my car out there. What a great time. And at this stage of my life, for me to learn something new like this kind of hobby, there goes Bill. This hobby is just really, it's hard for me to explain, but I'm trying to share it with you guys. I hope you do understand. I appreciate you taking the time and being interested in a guy that really has truly been passionate about Corvette all my life. To be involved at this level now is just indescribable, but it really is fun. And having the opportunity to guide you guys with your purchases, after your purchases, your Corvette life, means a lot. Thank you so much for that. Another one. Oh, he's cooking now. Nice. In the middle, not towards the end of first session, I took myself off track. I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know if I'm overthinking, as we were talking about. I was driving PTM initially at race 1. I was able to turn it on the fly, go to PTM Sport toward the end there. And I just lost my confidence. I didn't have that edge. I was taking some turns wrong. But you have to know your limitations. When you start not to feel well and you lose your concentration, you lose your confidence, just, it's no problem. Put your arm up, go into pit and just, you know, get out of that session. You're safe for yourself and others out there, and of course you have the opportunity to bring your car home in one piece. We're gonna... Man, that's part of the problem. Yeah, there's way too much air in the tires, which I was afraid of. So I kind of felt like there was too much air in the tires. So we're gonna take some air out of the tires. But I wanted to share that with you guys. It's not all bragging rights, like, hey, look what I did. It's like, no, hey, look what I did. Screwed up, but I knew that I screwed up. And again, erring on the side of caution to be safe, I took myself off track. So we got to get some air out of these tires and just try to keep my hand back. Oh my God. Ouch. That is some hot air coming out of those tires, guys. Disappointed in myself. I took myself off track in the middle of session. Just,
car okay?
Yeah, well, I was running in race 1, PTM, race 1.
Really?
Okay, see, all right.
I'm sorry.
Shouldn't have done that. See, I told you guys I shouldn't have done that. Ryan goes, oh, it'll be fine. No, so in the middle, I switched over to PTM Sport, started to lose control of the car a little bit, and then it messes with your head. And I lost my confidence, and I just like, you know what? I don't need to push this. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I need to go home in one piece. I got a trailer to pull and everything. So
have a good time.
Yeah, I'm having fun, but it's just I'm frustrated because I wanted to do so much better. I know I got one more session to go. Ryan's going to go second session, and we'll split the third. So I just wanted to share that with you because you're in advanced class. I watch you. You were really hauling butt out there.
Got shut off. It's like 3 laps. I don't know what happened. We were 10 minutes late starting, and so I only did like 3 laps or something.
Oh gosh, well you're doing well out there.
And I put in a bad SD card.
So you don't have any footage.
So I don't have any footage. Got that fixed and we're ready to go.
Oh. So you've done some stuff to your car besides the big wing. What else have you done to your car?
I've got big brake kit on the front,
okay,
and some track wheels and tires.
Did you lower the car?
Yeah, it's a little bit lower.
You have headers on there too or something?
No.
Oh, it just sounded really different. I mean, it sounded good.
Borla S type.
Okay, well there you go.
Thrilled to death.
All right, so you did something. Okay,
thrilled to death.
Right,
I forgot that. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. That's good.
Yeah, Chuck put that on for me, so it's all good.
It's great to see you.
All right.
I learned so much from you guys and my customers that are tracking. Great to see you, sir. So Jeff, real quick, if you would, share with us. You and I had similar experiences, I think, in our first session, yes?
Yes.
What happened then?
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, it's hotter than heck out here today. Secondly, there was a vintage race here over last few days.
Okay.
And it left some slipperiness on the track.
Okay, so I thought there was something out there.
Yeah,
okay.
So they said that in the driver's meeting, that they had the track was slick because of that. So
maybe that's what I was feeling too. Plus I had a lot of air pressure in mine too.
Right, yeah, the temperature is getting the air pressures up, so that makes it slick. But yeah, it.
You took yourself
so
off though in the middle of the session too.
I did. When you lose your concentration, it's just not worth it. I mean,
Right.
It's just takes a split second to make
You're
a
right.
mistake. And one of my favorite things about being on the track is it's one of the few moments in life when you can actually totally concentrate. You know, you have to be 100% focused.
You do.
You cannot be thinking about work or family or anything else. You can't be thinking about a darn thing other than the upcoming corner, how your hands are doing, where your foot is, what your accelerator. It's and so if you can't get that focus, that's when bad things happen.
It really is a sport.
It is.
It really is. I know a lot of guys watching are into drag racing, but I think there is an art to what we're doing out here in autocross. And this is a great track, but you still have to know what you do and you have to know your limitations. And Jeff and I realize that. We put our hand in the air and we do this little deal and we're into the pits and we're good and we're ready to go one more time. All right, so now I'm really going to be embarrassed. Ryan wants to look at the footage.
Was that the end?
Yeah, coming into that turn, I had a tough time. So this is the neat thing when you've got other groups running, you've got an opportunity to look at your footage to see what you're doing. I already know what I'm doing wrong. But the technology in a Corvette, it's wonderful to have this here. This is Reddy from Corvette Cleveland, our friend, our buddy, and he's out here. This is your first time on pit race, right?
First time on pit race, yeah.
Okay, so what do you think of the track?
Awesome. Only been to Nelson's Legends before this.
Okay.
But this is a big boy track.
I think you're right. I'm trying to grow up, but I'm not quite there yet. I think I'm grounded, but we're going to try one more time. How did you feel with your session?
Good. I'll tell you, these turns come up on you real quick because they're hidden.
Yeah.
And you come down, and it's a good thing they got the number signs. You know what turn's coming.
3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Right.
And you better be down as far as on the brakes.
Yeah. What did you see through the one turn that came through the?
I was chasing a Beetle, and the one guy he made the turn, but the other Beetle went straight all the way to the.
So here's what's really cool, guys. This is the culture within the Corvette culture I talk about. All these other makes and models, just everybody's cool. Everybody's getting along. They're all there for the same reason you are, and they all want to go home in one piece, just like we wanted to, and thankfully that we did. So it's fun kind of getting out. They gave us some parade laps, so we did that earlier to kind of get the car warmed up and get familiar with the track in case you hadn't been there. In this case, we hadn't been there in 2 years. As we come out of the pits, we're adjacent from the start-finish line, and then this is where you go up this hill, and then they tell you to stay to the right when you're on track of this, what they call blend line, and you keep your wheel turned and don't move the wheel, and you come right up to the top of the hill, and then you're lined up and you're ready to go. This is what sucks when you first get started, is you've got all these cars in front of you, and you've got the protocol here is it's a point pass, so you got to wait in certain parts of the track for the guy to point you by. Now this guy on the right hand side, he's not supposed to be there. He's supposed to be in the left and then point me by to the right, and I really wanted to pass him, but it was too late in the turn, so that was a no passing zone. The little cones over here, you'll see the orange cone on the left, that's a turn-in cone, and if you listen, hear my tires? Okay, I think this is the second lap of the first session. I should have realized the tires are barking at me that I had a problem. But nope, I just keep pushing through. I figured the tires are new. The track was really slippery this day, guys, I'm telling you what. So yes, it was not all me. All right, see, I didn't feel good right there. And you could tell by watching my throttle in this turning cone. Let's turn the wheel real tight, Rick, and then I needed to hit the gas all the way, so I'm all the way there for just a little bit, going to this turning cone up here, this little kink back here. See, I'm all the way off gas. Now I'm on brake just a little bit, almost going off to the left there, and I'm looking at my brake compression. Yeah, a little bit of squeal, a little bit deep in the turn there. This guy, I gotta pass you, dude. Stick your arm out the window for me, please. Come on. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Here we go. This is what I'm waiting for. Now you got these other guys that you want to pass. That way you finally get a clear track and you can start focusing on your line and what you're doing. So there's a lot to really think about when you're doing this. So here's that blend line I was telling you about. Look at my steering wheel, just kind of keep it turned, don't move it a lot, just keep it there, keep it there. Here we go, top of the hill, lined up perfectly. Gonna set up for that right apex coming down the way there. And eventually I'll get around this Miata. Not too bad, over 100 there, that's where I wanted to be. Maybe could have been a little bit faster, but again, I think this is third lap. going downhill here is tough, and that's what's tough about the PDR footage. You get an idea of everything that's going on. You can see I'm in race 1 right now. Later on, I'm going to tell you that too was a mistake. This one was really tough too. Got to take it slow, be careful not to lose it here. Don't jerk the wheel too much. You want to set up to the far left at pit race. If someone is going to point you by, again, they'll stick their arm out the window and point you by to the right, but I wasn't close enough to him to get a point by, so I got to get myself up there. And again, I wasn't really trying to concentrate on passing him. I'm trying to get myself comfortable because already I'm starting to feel it. That's what you don't see in the PDR. You don't feel what I'm feeling in the car, and I'm not feeling comfortable. I can tell already, see a little slip right there. I can tell something's not quite right, but I just keep pushing through. Not so crazy on the gas, a little bit off, then I'm back on. Okay, let's try and get back into the groove here. Back up to this back kink that I basically had a problem with all day long. I think I lose it here one time too, just a little bit right here. Yep, just a little bit, see? Too much air in the tires. I didn't know it at the time, but I could feel something was not right. But here I'm still trying to hammer. So all the way on the gas. Yeah, a little hesitant on the gas there, see? A little bit of brake there. Turn the wheel more, Ricky. See, I wasn't concentrating, and my problem was I was looking too far out here to the left, and look at how deep I am at the turn. I'm not supposed to be there. What the heck am I doing? Get over. All right, so let's go back there. Let's try this. This is my problem area of the day. So I'm trying to hit it. I swing out to the right, trying to come in. I really should be carrying speed right here through this apex before I'm on brake. I didn't have the confidence in the car, and I'm not hard enough on the brake here. Here, deep again, and again, it's because I'm not, you guys can't see where my eyes are at. I'm not looking. I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to feel really uncomfortable because I'm thinking about the wrong thing. I know I took that turn wrong. Let's go back through and see if we can't do it again. Not quite as fast there, didn't want to lose it at the top of the hill. Notice how it's starting to thin out a little bit. Nobody's in front of me. Soon way out. Okay, here we go. There's the turn-in cone. I'm chickening out. I'm backing off the gas. I should have been on gas right here. I'm not turning the wheel hard enough, and I'm not hard enough on the brake. I should have been harder on that brake right there. Stay a little tighter to that apex. No, I'm dancing the steering wheel. And again, I started thinking about it, so I swung way out to the left. I'm like, what am I doing? Finally, I just put my arm up. I go, you know what? I'm not ready for this. So here's a session with Ryan, and it was his first session that only lasted basically a lap and a half. And sorry, you don't have any audio of his car running because he's jamming some tunes, and that's how he relaxed and enjoyed his drive. Our customer Jeff from Ohio is right there in front of him. Then all of a sudden, he's stopping. What's going on here? Something happened. Not sure if you can see the red light there. It's an all-stop, immediate stop on the track, which means probably somebody went off. Hopefully they're all right. This is not good. They're bringing them in. Not even one lap. Something happened. I'm going to have to go in the pits and see if I can find out what happened. Got a black flag out there. You saw the red light stop. But everybody is coming in right now, going into pit after only one lap of second session. Oh boy. Well, they're coming in, as I told you guys, and they didn't put them back in the grid to go right back out. They actually parked everybody. So I don't know if there's going to be a second session. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to go out and prove myself a little worthy, or all we're going to have is my shitty session to share. It is what it is, man. That's all right, but I promise to get better. That I assure you. I do love this, though. All right, so everybody I've talked to today have complained about the track conditions. It's been really slippery. I'm feeling it. I've been talking about it with you guys, so I'm feeling a little bit better that it's not all me, but a lot of it was me. I didn't really like the way I set up on some of those turns, but that's okay. Ryan, you went like what? Not even a lap. And he said, Dad, I felt it squirrely out there too. So it is the track conditions. What they're going to do now is they've got the novice group. Not that you guys really care. Are we going to run again? Yes, we're going to run again. It's supposed to be an extended last session because he didn't get a second session. And then I might hop in the car and drive a little bit, but the majority of it is going to be all about him. All right, so Ryan's back on track, able to drive now. There's the point by. Thank you. And he's ready to go. Look at, he's all gas, a little bit off right there, turning, get in, and now he's back on the gas. He was doing pretty well in this back one. Let's see how he handles that little kink. He too was feeling the car slipping a little bit, so he backed off just a touch, but he took that apex a lot better than I. Better compression on the brake. Watch us turning in here. See, I was just totally thinking about what I was doing wrong, and then all of a sudden I realized, hey, I was too deep in the turn. Ryan's doing much better right there. Now he's out of gas all the way going up the hill. Nobody in front of him. Now he's having fun. Tight on the left. Here we go through the start-finish line. At one point, he actually drove down the straight, yeah, and he's waving to me as he's driving down doing over 100 miles an hour. Okay, you're smart, Alec. All right, here's Dad. After the accident, they let Ryan go again. They let me go again. There's the point by from the Porsche. Thank you. That's on that back area there. See, some clouds are starting to move in, so there's a point by. Thank you. Started to cool the track down just a little bit. This Dodge started to really tick me off. I started to feel a little bit better. We had the right air in the tires, but I still was not handling this little kink back here correctly. See, he's going to go far right into all the slippery stuff, and I'm trying to stay in the dry pavement, braking there. And it's like, okay, dude, I'm waiting for the point by. I'm right there so you can see me in your mirror. You're doing 40, what? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Dude, I'm going to take it if you don't point it. What are you doing? Dude, thank you. What the heck? I almost just said, screw the rules. I'm going to pass this guy. Damn it. Let's go. Way too long on the point by on that deal. So that's the problem with some of these. You know, when you should point, let the guy go by, and let's get the thing moving, for heaven's sakes. So just about another minute here of me going back around. Again, with nobody in front of you, it's a lot easier to concentrate. I needed to be over 100 in this stretch right here. Really probably could have been doing 115. But again, I'm not pushing the car. Didn't have 100% confidence. I felt better. I wanted to get back out there and really get myself right. Oh, are we doing the... Yeah, we're gonna try to do the back kink one more time that I screwed up almost every time all day. What a beautiful facility though, man. Look at this, here we go. All right, I'm on gas. You can see my gas in the upper right-hand corner. Trying to keep the speed up. Okay, I'm doing a little bit better there. All right. I think at one point I got to 117. You guys didn't see that today. Line's a little bit better right there. Should have been harder on the brakes. Took that a little bit harder on the brakes, a little smoother, too slow right there. Needed more gas. And yeah, see, the tires just didn't feel right. I was like, yeah, I think we're done.
You're no stranger to the vlog. You can at least tell me a little bit. I didn't get a chance. We had to switch out real quick. Second session, how'd you feel? Wasn't what you wanted, but it was slippery, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty slippery.
Was you happy? You were frustrated. You weren't going to go, but I mean, are you happy you came today?
Yeah, it's cool.
You like driving?
Yeah.
You like the Toyo tires?
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, they're cool. All right, yeah. Cool, everything's cool. Ryan's cool. All right, cool. You cool? Cool.
That's right on the one.
That's great. We're talking about our runs. I'll tell you that I did a little bit better in my last session. It wasn't the numbers that I anticipated I was going to get, that I wanted to get. Truly, everybody was talking about the track conditions, how slippery it was. A lot of people went off. One guy went into the tire wall. That was the BMW M8. Most important thing is we were here. You were here sharing in the moment with us, but we were here doing this, and we had a blast. And we're going home eventually in one piece. Thank you so much for watching.
Well, folks, that's our Coffee with Conti show today. I hope you enjoyed the upload. It really is a thrill to have the opportunity to share my experiences with you guys. And good or bad, we tell it like it is. I continue to learn. Yes, I'm a little hard on myself because I'm that competitive, and I want to do well. I want you guys to be proud of me, but I am going to make good decisions for the right reason. And today, I think we did. More importantly, we were having fun. Again, thank you for sharing in that with us. I'm going back to pit race at least one more time for this season to prove to myself that I can do better. And I want to do better. And by doing so, I'm going to have more fun. I also want to get in my car one more session with the NCM Motorsports Park, so I'll let you know when we're going to be down there for that. I do want to let you know that this Wednesday, I'll be in Pontiac at the M1 Concourse for the Woodward Dream Cruise Kickoff Corvette Parade. and I'm bringing the trailer. Yeah, man, we got to make the TV news somehow, right? There's a Corvette pulling the trailer, and it's going to be me, baby. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll share some highlights with you guys probably next Sunday on Coffee with Conti. Also, too, I'm not going to do it the way that I wanted to. I wanted to be all 3 days at Corvettes at Carlisle. I don't want to snub that show. That's a wonderful show. Great job, Lance, and all the crew out there that you can't see this darn thing in a day, but I only can make it for a day. It's either going to be the Thursday or the Friday. I'll let you know. I'm going to walk around, try and capture some of that with you guys, maybe do a little of the autocross and have some fun with you, because Corvettes at Carlisle is an event that you need to attend more than one time. You know what I mean? It is. If you've been there, like, wow, this is amazing. And then I'm going to be at the NCM for the 30th anniversary caravan at the end of this month. I told you I'm going to be speaking at the NCM Motorsports Park on that Thursday at 10:30 in the morning. What do you want me to talk about? Put it in the comments down below. I always respect your guys' feedback, so thank you for doing that. Have a great day. Support this channel by subscribing. Hit the bell notification thumb. You guys always do it. Hit the thumbs up and continue to make those comments down below. I love engaging with you, and so do other viewers. Have a great day.
Well, let me tell you a little something about me. When it's Saturday night, I need to blow off some steam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I've been holding in since the clock came Monday morning. From the end of the week, I'm about to blow. Breeze walking through the honky tonk like a pack of wolves now. Order up around the stripes and it's away we go. It's a throw down,